Okay. Hi, I'm Mio, your art teacher. This is part 2. Lesson 1 I put on YouTube last week. It was September 18th, 2019, The Four Horses and the Apocalypse. Today we'll be continuing lesson 2. We put a little, we're going to be using a medium today, a glazing medium. It won't be straight oil and turpenoid. It's an alkali glazing medium. This helps keep the colors we put on last week shining through, kind of makes this color we're putting over the colors we're putting over a little bit transparent so we don't lose the work we did last week. And we're going to fog out the bottom of the Four Horses of the Apocalypse today. Our palette is the same. We have ivory black, titanium white, we have cobalt blue, we have true blue, and we have ultramarine blue. We added the cadmium red, a little bit of a very bright orange. It's a chromium orange. And we have a little bit of a kind of a cranberry. And so we're going to put this on with the glazing medium and a big brush. We're going to swipe it in. We're using a little bit of turpenoid when we're swiping here with the glazing medium. I'm going to make it very dark at the bottom, if you see that. And then we're going to use a dry brush technique, and that is right here. And we're going to swipe it up. And the glazing medium, it's just not staying today, is going to keep the colors below just enough, transparent enough to shine it a little bit through. We don't lose that work we did last week. Everything's falling today. It's a fall day. Hey, happy fall. No wonder everything's falling. It's fall. Today's the first day of fall, September 23rd, 2019. So there we did. We darkened it up and added a little bit of darkness at that bottom. I think what I'm going to do with the glazing liquid and my palette is add a little bit more of this violet we're adding in a little bit. Kind of like that with the ivory black. Then we're going to add a little bit of the blue, our cobalt. And believe it or not, limited on the violet today. You need to go purchase more violet. So I'm going to put a little bit of the violet in too, like this. And she's moving again. Okay. And again, with the glazing liquid, we're going to dump it in here a little bit. We don't need a lot. My brush did fall apart. It's fall. Everything's falling apart today because it's the first day of fall. And see, I like those colors. I even like the swirls we did. Yeah. Then, with that little bit of violet, we're going to swipe again. Now, sometimes clean your swiping brush. Have something, whether it's your pants, a sheet, but I like this, see? Yeah. A little bit. You glaze that in there. I want that darkness coming up and the horse just kind of going underneath it. Yeah, I like that. Maybe a little here. Okay. And a little in here. We can add more darkness, but right now we're just going to leave it like this. I kind of want it like this. If we're hiding too much with our glazing method over the top, you can take a little bit away. So we have our turpenoid and our favorite socks. Socks are always good old socks, and we can bring it back. So, and we can also make if we can swirl it and keep his leg in a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Maybe a little less here in the glazing liquid. I still want that there. We might even do a little bit more black. So I would dip my larger brush. Just make a little bit more black in here. I kind of like that. A little bit more. A little bit more glazing liquid. There you go. And I think a tiny bit more black at the bottom. We have it here. We'll open it up. Add more to our palette. The type. This is ivory black. There. And just put it like this in here. Yeah. That's how I want it. And then in here. I like that darkness. Down here. I think we'll make a little bit of a wave. Still have a lot of glaze in there. And a big swiping brush. So let's take excess off. Sometimes we don't need the glasses if we're doing large spaces and not details. I take the excess off, whether it's a sock or an apron, and I'm just going to leave these. I like this. This seems to be more effective. The black. A little bit more of the black at the bottom. Much more effective. Yeah, that I like. I want that. I might even put a touch up in here. If you look around his chest. But keep his chest, just the corner here, showing. A little bit. There you go. And then we'll take our dry swiping brush and swirl that around. See, I like that feeling here. I want it like this. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of turpenoid on the clean sock or a part of the clean sock and just take it down here. So it's almost reversing it here. Kind of want that here. I actually like that. That streak. Yeah, that's neat. Streak here. So I'm dipping my index finger in straight turpenoid. And I'm just bringing it around. I like that. That's what I want. Like that. Here. Here. Then, wipe that swiper again. A little turpenoid on there. And just kind of make it look like a fog. There we go. So we can put this big swiper down. We can put the large swiper, probably a 2.5 inch swiper. We applied the ivory black with the alkaline or alki medium. which is a glazing medium for oils. Now, we're going to take our typical small brush here. We used the same brushes last week, so I haven't changed. I have two brushes, one with a good point, if you can see, and a flat one. I do have a reference I'm working from, and so we're going to add a little bit more of that violet up in here. I wanted more last week on here, just like this. And in here a little bit, wiping it off the brush. Take another swiper. Like this. A little bit of the alkali medium. I'm just going to put it on the brush here. I'm not going to put another container in. A little bit coming out here. And this keeps the colors more transparent. And we're just going to bring in some of this in here. And in here. Okay. A little bit more. Yep. And get our palette here. And I'm going to put in the skull, of course, the cervical or the neck, and the region of the 7 vertebrae. So on my field here, and my reference photo I use, we're going to put the skull looking at this horse the opposite way. And he's going to be right about here. We're going to bring he's got these wispies, hair is flying on top of the skull. We'll leave a little bit black in here. And then we're going to put in the 7 vertebrae here, like that. And then his clavicle. And then we have the clavide, and that's right about here. It's an intersection. And the acromial end of the clavide here. Then we're going to put the clavicle or the collarbone, which we have here. And then the rest of the vertebrae. And all the way down the sternum attached the rib cage. So this is going to be the rib cage here too. We're going to have him looking the opposite way. So we're going to have the small ribs. Around the clavicle, stretching to the sternum. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then the bone is here. And we have the, what is that? The humerus bone is in here. Right in here. I don't mind that skeleton. We're going to take a little bit, we're going to clean our brush, of course. We're going to take a little bit of that ivory black on our palette and put it here in the back of the skull. Right in here. I still like the blue in there though. So I still want that cobalt and that cobalt blue in here. Now, he's a spirit. Well, that's how we're going to do him. He's going to look like that. And I think I'm going to put the eye like that. I'm looking at my reference. And of course his mouth. Swipe that clean. Let's go back in with a little of the blue. I think we need that purple too. I like that purple. So let's go in here, change your brush. Get a little of that purple in here with that medium. There you go. I want him to be spooky. So let's go and mix that and separate this rib cage a little bit. We have to have them like that. Just a little bit of that black in there. And I think since we're low on the purple, or I'm sorry, yeah, I would say it's a periwinkle purple. I put that in here. There. Right in there. We're going to put those ribs back in, but what I want to do is have him ghostly looking. I really don't want him looking perfect. I want him ghostly looking. I'm looking at the reference photo because I want this purple in here. See, the medium is keeping it all. In here, we're just going to mix this in the back. Give him that ghostly look. A little bit of that violet too in here, I think. I think that's called for. Yeah. A little bit with the medium. And then we can go back in with the black and make his head like that. His teeth like that. A little bit more medium on our palette. Yeah, you have to almost be an octopus and have so many hands working at once. Here's our medium again, so I'm going to put that in here. And that keeps it all together from blending too much. We're going to dip in a little bit more of that. I love that periwinkle color. That's how I want it. And I want it here. His mouth big. Swipe it. Let's go back in with a little bit of the cobalt. And here. Just mix it in because we have our medium. Sometimes I just work right out of the jar, so don't pick up my habits. Try to stay organized, I tell my students. Don't do as I do, do as I say. That's what I always say anyway. Yeah. And I love that periwinkle. So we have one skeleton in today. And we're going to put another one in too. And I'll probably switch to this brush for blending a little in here. And you just, I dip in my medium, but you should have it ready here. I like a little bit more of the violet and the blue, so bear with me. Just a little brightness in here, because we're going to put trees in here too, in the background. That medium keeps it loose. He's moving down now. He's got a glow to him. Then We're going to put the other. I have 2 brushes in my hand already. We're going to clean this nice pointed one. Go back into the titanium white, and we're going to put the other skeleton in. So let's take a peek at that reference again. Some people like to paint on tables because then they have more control, but let's see here. I'm going to put this one here. It's going to be lower. Here's top of his head, his skull, and the hair is going to be going the opposite way. Just spinning the brush a little. And this guy is going to be sitting here. Again, we have 7 vertebrae in the neck. We'll just kind of imply that here. And here's his other arm, his clavicle. And then the vertebrae. And then the ribs. They go around. So they're almost intersecting, both of these skeletons, and that's okay. They're skeletons, and that's how I want them. They got a flat face like that. Now we can always go back. We're not at the detail stage yet, so, and I think I probably will give this guy a little bit more of a crown. Back into the titanium white, and then here. Yeah, I like that. Maybe a little bit bigger here. Show some of that. And when you dip in the medium, I should have a jar, so please keep your palette clean. I have some of this violet left on this brush here. So I'm going to put that back in and just blend it. A little bit more at the top of his skull. Just softly, soft strokes. And then put some of that violet in here. I'm sorry, it's a periwinkle. There. And I do like the fact we need an arm. So let's get that point nice. Let's clean this again so we can get a nice white on there. Use a better pointed brush. Swipe it clean. We need turpenoid on this one. Swipe that one clean with the turpenoid. And got kind of a better point, a small sable. Red sable is very good for oils. And we're going to give him kind of an arm that comes up. This arm we're going to bring the, I believe, the skeleton, it's called the humerus. Probably give him a knob here, bring it down like this, and do skeleton hand. Here, here. Thumbs are always on the inside. Let's get that point working. Hand. And I want to add a little bit more white here. here, the eye sockets. And we're going to dip our brush again. This is the small sable, nice point on it. For some detail, but I'm not worried about a lot. I'm just putting some in right now. And that medium keeps, you can keep working on top with the medium. So occasionally, whether you have your medium open, I have a little left in this jar, so I'm just using it and dipping. Rolling my brush. And it goes in back of the head here. Remember the clavicle. But we can darken all these later. Sometimes you can only do so much with the rib cage over the color. A little bit more alkali medium in there. Probably put one in here, if you see what I'm doing, because there should be at least 10 on each side. Uh-oh, hot dog. Grab that rib cage. I think I'm going to thin that one out a little bit here. So, let's see if I can get the color back in. Right in here. There you go. And this guy. I got a little blue. A little bit of cobalt here. See how I'm mixing it in? It's shining through too. I like the cobalt. Looks like a skeleton. Now his arm is foreshortened here, so you can see that. Put this down. Now we could have used chalk to put it in, but I skipped the chalk today and went straight in with the rib cage, and that's fine. You just shorten it up a little bit, so. And he can have this arm up in here, so don't worry about that. Kind of like that, I think. I think we'll do it like that. So, got a couple skeletons in today. Let's kind of improve on him a little bit. I'm not sure I like this one here, so I'm pulling that one out. See how you can do that and just combine them both like that. There you go. And here a little. There you go. And then we'll put one more in today, and I think this will be our last lesson. The end of the lesson today. So we're going to dip again in our turpenoid. And we're going to put this fellow in. right here. So let's put him in. I think we need the pointy brush. Let's get some turpenoid on here so we can keep it loose when we put the bones in. Let's put this one in like this. We're going to put his hand here. That's his bone here. We're going to bring it up to here. And then we're going to put his head here. Like this. And his spine here, side view. Then the rib cage. So it's kind of a rib cage like this. And like that. And his arm's coming in here. That's his clavicle. And his other arm is going to be here. And his other hand, his bones here. So there is our next skeleton in. Let's make him, we probably need it behind. So I wouldn't worry about it. Use your sock. Just get that behind. We're going to drop it behind here, I think. Maybe a little bit more. Keep him very lucid. Maybe bring his head up a little bit more. I might have messed up on his head. So let's see. Go back in here. And reverse it. Taking him some out. Head was too big. And we're going to bring his head up a little bit more. Down. Like that. Cool. Take the little bit of titanium here. His eye. There we go. And then his spine. We still need to adjust this part. I kind of want it like this. I want it here and then down like that. And his eyes here. So it's a side profile. We're going to take the sock and bring it here. Put a little bit of that on there. There. That one I like a little bit more. See, I want it like that. And I think we're going to reverse. I don't want his hand here. Or his... Yeah, he's on this horse, so we're going to have some of it showing in here, his bones. And I like this one here. See, you can go in reverse, watch. Okay, there. And here. And here. And then we'll change it a little later. I like him. We can leave this arm out because he's holding on, because he has all his ribs, so he's got those ribs in here. That's fine. We'll leave it like that for now. Not sure about his flat face. I'm having a little bit problem with reverse, so this is what I would do. I would make it here. Yeah, there we go. Then we can drop that brush and we can put in some titanium black from our palette. And give them that kind of a look. Yeah. Big jaw. And the nose here, and just big scary eye in here. I might drop the eye down a little bit more. I think maybe here. Yeah. That I don't mind. We can take a brush and just swipe it in. Where we blend it a little bit more. And we'll put the teeth in here. I think we'll just have them going like that. And then we'll just switch this. Swipe that brush clean. I see a jaw here I like. So I'm going to get a nice sharp edge on here. And up. Take the back of your brush. You'll probably give it a little bit more detail in the end. Not yet. Just enough. We want him scary. 4 horsemen, yeah. We'll put these details in later. His joints to his fingers. Taking a lot of titanium white and putting it on the edge of the brush for that. His clavicle, his skull here. And then we'll put in the detail later. So I'll show you. If we get a tiny, tiny brush, that red sable, get it clean, and we can get into some of that titanium black, cobalt, and just put his teeth in like that, and we can darken it later. But sometimes you just need to reapply your colors. So, and I don't mind that. Right now, it's okay. And then we'll just pull out that white I'm pulling. And it's going like this. And it's behind the horse, but that's okay. Because he is breathing some nice stuff up in here. And looking at the reference, we're going to put spikes here. And that's the horse, but we're not done yet. Nope. It's going to have a giant jaw open and here. So we're going to reload some titanium. I'm sorry, the black. I seem to misplace right here. Ivory black. A little bit on the palette. Close it up good. I just want to show you, we're mixing some of that ivory black with that nice violet. And I just want to give you this upper lip here. And his teeth. His nose goes off the page, remember? Yeah. Maybe a little bit more of that cobalt and that ivory here in his neck. Yeah. Here too, the horse has got a big lip because he also is going to have lips. So we're going to take this beautiful cadmium red and we're going to put it there. We're also going to give his lip a little bit of that red here. Keep your palette together. I think we'll reload here. And I just want to bring his nostril up in here down. See? Like that. Yeah. He's cool. I like him. So let's reload some black. Put it on the palette. I'm going to put it straight on here. I want his nose up here. And I want it here. Big foot. And not literally big foot. Just the horse. See? A little bit of that white in here. We'll mix it in the medium we had over here. The black there. See, we still have the alkaline medium in here, and it does blend very well. It helps you blend nice and smooth for the horse here. And then I'm going to give it here, and then in here. Still have the medium in there. We're going to put a little titanium white for the muscle of the horse. I don't mind that at all. Can we do a little white in here? Yeah, looks good. Here, it goes here. And little titanium. And just bring it up. Let's do that. I'm having a difficulty with this one, so just put them in like that, I think. Yeah. A little bit more. Get it on the edge. Give them that expression here. And the lip. So we'll just fix that red lip. The teeth at a later date. You can only do so much. I didn't like that, but that's okay. Bring it up like a tooth. If I go in there, clean my brush, take some of that ivory black. I'm just going to bring it in like that. Yeah. There. That's how I want my horse. A little bit more black. And I'm just going to soften this a little here. Too much here. Okay. I like contrast. Contrast is when you have very, very bright white against a very dark color, like the foot here or the hoof. Yeah. A little in here. And there we have some work today. I love the glaze medium because it does help you blend like that. And in here, we want that darkness. Gotta sometimes reload right in here. Yeah. And then it goes down into here. So we have some skeletons today. Excuse me. We need one more over here, and we need to add some more in here. So let's see if we can clean our brush, add a little bit more of that cadmium red. Take a peek at the reference. And he's got teeth too. Like that. Love the cadmium red. Clean it. Go back in here. Reload some of that ivory black. We're using a lot today. And back to the small, very pointed red sable. And we're going to fix this part a little bit. Just bring his mouth up a little bit because he is opening it like that. And more of that tight ivory black in his nostril here. It's open here. Not like that. And then I want his teeth. Now we can go back in to the titanium white. And put those teeth in. So I probably would go around with my violet, sorry. It is Mio art, raw art, so you're learning Mio's raw art technique. I'm just going to put a little in here like that and shorten up those teeth like that. Yep. Sometimes I like to do this. And then, I love this periwinkle. We don't have much left. We're going to be breathing cadmium red. And I want to show you something here. This is fun. With that nice, bright chromium orange. We're going to put it on like this. Okay. I'm going to clean this next brush like this. And then I'm going to get a swiper and make sure. You know what? I'm going to grab another swiper right here. Hold on one second. Bear with me. Let's do this one. Nice big swiper. And we're going to go like this here. Just give it that kind of a look. Yeah. It's pretty evil looking. And that's what I wanted. Ooh, that looks nice too. Good. Wipe that in. Yeah. We're going to leave it like that for now. I think we'll leave that one for now. Let's see. I like it in here. I'm not going to change that one. We'll leave that one for now. We got to put details in later, but that's not going to be a problem. Oh, yes. Back to the tiny, tiny pointed sable brush. His eyes. I want it like that. And let's check out the reference, because I got a reference I pulled with some pretty scary eyes. I see it. So let's do this. Get in here. Get that type ivory black and go around like that. Swipe it off, get a nice point, get some ivory black on a point, and put it on this edge. Four Horsemen. I even would probably, we're going to pick his lip up a little bit here and here, because that's expression. And when you lift your expression, it's like your eyebrows too. You know, you go like this and you get angry. We're going to lift that expression here. And we're going to make it like this here. See? Now he's got an angry look on him. And we're just going to go like that, because he is a skeleton horse. Skeleton horse, skeletons. They're all skeletons here today. So let's give him some bones. Yeah. Or maybe here. Spine on the horse. You've got a big jaw here and the head. You could probably study the horse a little bit more to get that more accurate, but I'm trying to get the impression in that he is a skeleton. So maybe this is out, and that's okay. So, let's see. Probably here. Maybe. Maybe I won't. Give him the bones too in here. Just bring it back in again. Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah. A little bit of blue, because he is a skeleton. I think here. I don't like this part right here, so I might change it a little bit, but we'll see. Swipe it clean. Maybe here. A little bit bluer. Pretty cool. This is what I think I'll do. I think I'm going to put in a bone here and smooth it out a little bit. Yeah, I don't mind that. Just here. like that. And here. Yeah. Bone. Or knobby knee. Whatever you want to do. Here too. See, I love that glazing medium because it just gives you such a nice airy look to the horse. And then here, that's the other leg, just in here, just lightly. There we go. Let's dip in a little bit more glazing liquid because I'm down to the bottom with that too. And maybe a little bit of the periwinkle. Here. I like this looking like a bone here. This leg here. Maybe here a little bit. So we're bringing it back in a little bit after we fogged it out. And that's okay. Yeah. Because I like that wispy looking. Maybe a tiny bit with this glaze in the neck here. Yeah. Give it that feeling it's rounded, you know. Maybe a little. Not a lot. And even if you go in, look at some more white, you can give it that glow of a horse. I don't mind that at all. Let's examine it and see. We need another. I think we're good for now. We'll do some more work with lesson 3. I'm just going to give his teeth a little bit more here. His jawline maybe here. Maybe here. I want him to be a skeleton, so I think we'll do a little bit more white right here. I'm not sure. I'm going to leave it probably. I don't want to mess it up yet. Here. I'm just running a little bit of that violet very lightly over the horse. I think I'm going to change it in here. I'm not happy with this point, so let's see if we can just bring it down like this here. Yeah, it's fine. Just go like that. It doesn't make a difference. Yeah, I like that part. I don't mind that. We're going to bring in some more color later, probably. But we'll leave it like that for now. If we wanted higher contrast, I might do this. Because then we can have it around the bone, see? Here, here, and here. I like high contrast. I told you high contrast is very effective. So we're going to leave. We're putting that nice black in and bring them out. And this too, it has to be a big hoof. And I want it black. High contrast. Yep. High contrast. Line here, yeah, even here, okay. I was gonna put in bones here by the horse, but let's just do it like that, yeah. Bring him in a little bit here. Dip in the glaze. just, yeah, lovely. See how it just swipes so beautifully. Yeah. Looks good. Okay. One more swiping brush and we'll quit the lesson today. Right here, I like to keep a lot of brushes on hand for swiping. I like these muscles in here. And in here. Yeah. Maybe here. We'll just put a streak in there later on that one. And I think we'll just leave them. Wash that. And that's it. A tiny bit more titanium white. Here, just a streak. That's what I want. Just a streak. Like that. Here too. And then we will add more details next time. Right now he's just going to stay like this. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Right here. I didn't like this part. The hair back in here. We're just going to get rid of that right now. And just leave it like that. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of black in here. Not sure yet, but and we'll soften that up with a swiper right in here. I might even bring it back again. I'm not sure. I might even bring this back in again with white. So we'll see. So we're just going to end the lesson today